व्हाट्सएप पर कुछ पिक्चर सेंड की पुरानी।
गुड मॉर्निंग मैम।
सीमा मैम की क्लास कितने से कितने बजे तक थी? 11:40 से 11:30 से 11:40 11:40 से 12:15 तक है। अरे तो तभी शुरू हुई है क्लास।
मुदित
हाँ पता नहीं,
मुदित
1 ही मिनट तो रह गया बस। यशिका एक
यार ये मुदित क्यों
से
धैर्य अपने आप को अनम्यूट कर ले।
यशिका मुझे नहीं है
मुदित मुदित
हेलो मैम हो क्या मृणालिका 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 यशिका मुझे नहीं लगता 12:30 से है। वाला ऑप्शन क्लास स्टार्ट हो गई है। हाँ पर वो यशिका कह रही है कि 11:30 पे स्टार्ट हुई थी। नहीं 11:40 पे टाइम टेबल देख ले।
11:40
सीमा मैम शुरू तो हो गई है।
मैम स्टार्ट होनी थी, हो तो गई। हाँ हो गई है और मैम होस्ट भी बन गई है।
मैम म्यूट हो गई है अपने आप।
चलो अच्छी बात है। मैम होस्ट है, मैम अपने आप को अनम्यूट कर सकती हैं।
मम्मी नहीं खाऊंगी ना।
ये क्या बात आ रही है? यशिका अपने आप को अनम्यूट नहीं कर रही है लग रहा है। बातें कौन कर रहा था? क्या सीमा मैम आ गई। वो तो कब की आ गई हैं। चुप क्यों नहीं है?
मुदित
गुड मॉर्निंग मैम।
गुड मॉर्निंग मैम।
Good morning, ma'am. Morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Morning, ma'am.
गुड मॉर्निंग मैम। गुड मॉर्निंग
Morning, ma'am. Morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Stop.
Morning, ma'am.
I have already wished you. Stop wishing one by one, beta. Good morning to all.
Morning,
Continue
ma'am.
without wasting much time. You need to be attentive. Everyone be attentive. I can see you. Please switch on your audios and videos and no more mischief. I can see you all. Otherwise, I'll ask you to leave the class.
हेलो
out or make noise.
याद है जो हम सीमा मैम क्लास में करते थे।
Send you out of the classroom. I do have the authority. I can see you all. I can see your email on my laptop. So be quiet, be attentive without wasting much class 7, without wasting much time. Let us continue.
मुदित, हाँ स्कूल की याद आ रही है।
Class 7, let us start chapter number 1, which we were already studying. Geography lesson number 1. Please let us do a quick recap. Whatever I taught you. But we need to manage with us. There are always connectivity problems. Be quiet. I am trying to
Mute कर रखा है। Please mute everyone.
Everyone don't get restless. No, ma'am. Try to concentrate. Be quiet. Don't say
Baba Krishna.
my time. Be quiet. Otherwise, I send you out of the class. Be quiet. I taught you about what is environment. What is environment, beta? Environment is effect of light.
No, ma'am, mute the participants.
There are two types of environment. One is
Please put
natural
yourself on
and
mute.
other one is man-made. Yeah, I am unmute. I am unmute. Be quiet.
Ma'am,
So there are
Seema ma'am, please put everybody else, all participants on mute so that there is no noise at the background.
I am doing it. Okay, here I go. Please. There are two types of environment. One is called natural environment. Other is man-made environment. Fine. I taught you what is natural environment. Natural environment comprises of children, land, water. Hello, ma'am. म्यूट कर दिया। वो ऑप्शन काम नहीं कर रहा था। आई डिड थोड़ा सा एक्टिविटी आई डिड ठीक है कर दिया। हाँ चैट जैसे मैं चैट में गई ना मैं और चैट वो participant can chat with no one no one I did I did it नहीं वो ऑप्शन क्लिक नहीं हो रहा। I did it. ठीक है हाँ बेटा so let's continue that I told you that there are two types of environment. One is known as natural environment and other one is called man-made environment. So what is natural environment? Natural environment includes children, land, water, air, plants, animals, etc. And then there are many that is different areas of the environment. Natural environment has got different domains or the areas. But there are those. First one is lithosphere. What is lithosphere? Okay. First thing is the components of the environment. There are two types of components of the environment. One is known as biotic component of the environment. What do you understand by the biotic component of environment? The word of living organism is known as biotic environment. For example, plants and animals. Environment is the world of non-living organisms, non-living elements. For example, land, air, etc. Now, land, water, air, plants, and animals, they are all comprising natural environment. Then I taught you that there are different domains of natural environment. That is the area of the natural environment. First one is called lithosphere. What is lithosphere, children? Lithosphere is the solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth. This lithosphere is made up of rocks and minerals covered by a thick soil. The second domain of the environment is called lithosphere, children. What is lithosphere? This is the first one, which I was already explaining. Lithosphere is that domain. Now, let me tell you more about the lithosphere, children. Lithosphere is that provides us forests, grasslands for grazing, land for agriculture, and human settlement. That is the topmost layer of the earth is known as lithosphere, which is very hard. There you can find forests, land for agriculture, and human settlement. That is, we all are living on the lithosphere. Then the second domain is referred to as hydrosphere. What I think to understand that is, it comprises the hydrosphere. It comprises of various sources of water and different types of water bodies like rivers, lakes, seas, ocean, etc. It is essential for all living organisms. You know, hydrosphere is a very important layer because we cannot imagine our life without water. Then, and there is a third layer of the environment. It is called atmosphere. What is that? The atmosphere is the thin layer of the air that surrounds our earth. Okay. Then the last domain of environment is called what? It is known as biosphere. Let me explain you what do you mean by biosphere. Plant and animal kingdoms be together in biosphere or the living world. Biosphere means living world. It is a children narrow zone. What is biosphere is the narrow zone of the earth where land, water, and air interact with each other to support life. Right? Then let me tell you what is ecosystem. Another new term to be explained. Children, ecosystem means all plants and animals and human beings depend on their immediate surroundings. Often, children, they are also interdependent on each other. This relation between the living organism as well as the relation between the organism and their surroundings means we are depending on each other. Apart from being dependent on each other, we are also depending on our surroundings. This forms an ecosystem. There could be children, an ecosystem of large rainforest, grassland, desert, etc. Fine. Now, human environment. I told you, human environment, the environment which is made by human. For example, beta, human-made environment, for example, buildings, dam, etc. Everything which is made by human. For his own comfort, it is known as human environment. So let us study more in detail about the human environment. So children, human beings interact with the environment and modify it. Modify means change it. And they modify it according to their needs. Early human children adapted themselves to the natural surroundings. They led a simple life and fulfilled their requirements from the nature around. But what happened? The time with needs children grew and became more varied. Humans learn new ways to use and change environment. They learn to grow crops, domesticate animals, and led a settled life. Then what happened? The wheel was invented. Surplus food was produced. Surplus means with the extra. Apart from for production for his own needs, farmer used to produce extra. That is called surplus food. So surplus food was produced. Barter system emerged. Now here are important terms which I would love to explain. I have written here barter system. Barter system is a trade where goods are exchanged with the use of money, without use of money. So this system was prevalent in the olden time. In ancient time, the people they used to exchange things. Stop this annotation. Stop sharing. Okay, so barter system was a system where in the ancient time, it was prevalent in the ancient time where people needed the things, there was no currency used by them, there was no money, no coins were used, rather they used to just exchange the things. Like for example, I'll give you an example, like a person who was having, say, producing cloth, and he needed the food. So he used to exchange his goods, that is a cloth, with the, he used to give his thing to the person and he used to buy in exchange. The person used to give him the things which were needed by that particular person. Exchange of the things without use of the money was called what? It was known as barter system. I am telling you again and again. This system was prevalent in ancient time. Fine. Now, here. So as this chapter is very easy, so I would love to have a small quiz based on that. Let us do a quick recap once more. Then I'll ask, I'll have to organize or have a small quiz in the class based on the chapter, right? So let us do a quick recap. Children, environment. What is environment? It is our basic life support system, and it is the most important aspect of our life. Then the natural environment. What is, there are two types of environment: natural environment and man-made environment. Natural environment consists of land, water, air, plants and animals. It refers to both biotic and abiotic conditions existing on the earth. Biotic means the word of it, a living environment, for example, plants and animals. Abiotic means the word of non-living and non-living elements, for example, land, etc. So the human, and now the human environment, it refers to all the activities, creations and interactions among human beings. Human environment, for example, man is making buildings or dams. It is all human environment. That is something made by the man for his own comfort. Then natural environment has got many domain areas. They are, what are the domains, beta? First is lithosphere, then hydrosphere, then atmosphere, and the last one is biosphere. So what is lithosphere? And let us do a quick recap. Lithosphere is the solid portion of the earth, children, where we live. It is the domain that provides us forests, grasslands for grazing, land for agriculture, and human development. It is where we find several minerals. That is the domain or the layer on which we are living. It is a solid layer and it is called lithosphere. Now the second one, beta, second domain of the environment is called hydrosphere. Hydrosphere, children, refers to the water bodies like rivers, lakes, seas, ocean, etc. That exist on the earth. Then third domain of the environment is known as atmosphere. What is that? Atmosphere, children, is the thin layer of air that surrounds the earth. What is its role? It protects us from the harmful rays and scorching heat of the sun. And it consists of gases, dust, and water vapor. Then the last domain of our environment is known as biosphere. What is biosphere, children? Biosphere or the living world. I'm using the word biosphere means living world. Biosphere or the living world is comprised of, children, plants and animal life, In the biosphere, there is plant life and animal life. They together, they comprise, I'm using the term living world. Biosphere means living world. What is living world, Peter? It comprises of plants and animal life. It is a narrow zone of the earth where land, water, and air interact with each other to support life. Right. Now, let me tell you what is ecosystem. So, ecosystem means, beta, all plants and animals and human beings, they depend on their immediate surrounding. Often they are also interdependent on each other. So that means apart from being depending on each other, we are also depending on our surroundings, right? Immediate surroundings. So this relation, children, between the living organism as well as the relation between the organism and their surroundings, it is forming a system. It forms a system, and it is known as ecosystem. Fine. Then I told you something about the barter system. Let me explain once more. Barter system is a system of trade where goods are exchanged without the use of money. I am telling you again and again, this system was common in the ancient time. Nowadays, we are no more using this system. A biotic component of environment, I told you, it is a word of living organism. If I ask you to give 2 examples of the biotic environment, you can say animal and plant. Then abiotic component of environment means it is a word of non-living organism. For example, land, river, etc. Then this I have already domains of environment, children. 3 domains of environment: lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, biosphere. Let us revise again. It is a lithosphere, the solid portion of the where we live. Hydrosphere, it refers to the water bodies like rivers, lake, sea, ocean, etc. that exist on Earth. Then this I environment. Environment is it is our basic support system. It is the most important aspect of our life. 2 types of environment: natural environment, which I say, natural environment as well as the human environment. Natural environment, air, water, air, plants and animals, etc. Human-made environment. Human environment, this is the environment which is made by the human. For example, I told you the dams, the dams and the buildings, etc. This is all called human environment, which is because it's all made by the human being or its own company. So that was a quick read. This is a rather short lesson. So let me remind you, before I proceed further, let me remind you something related to the homework. I think everyone must have got the homework schedule sent on your WhatsApp group. From now onward, for the social science, 2 days have been allotted to give homework to you by me. So 2 days, I remind you, you must have noted it in your WhatsApp group when the message was sent. That is Thursday. Today is Thursday. Thursday and Saturday are the 2 days, and I'll be giving you social science homework. And it is Tuesday. Only 1 day. On Tuesday only, for social science written work to be submitted via your email. Fine. I hope you understood. Whatever homework I'll give you either today, written work beta, and which I give on Saturday. I'm repeating it because there's a question we get. I get so many WhatsApp messages. Where to send, when to send. I'm trying to answer all your queries related to homework, children. 2 days, that is Thursday. Today is Thursday. So Thursday today, I'll be sending you question answer of an exercise of history. I'll be sending you the answer key. Lesson number 3 of history along exercise, which you will write in your notebook as you are writing along with the day. Once you complete it, you need to submit it on Tuesday. That is the we have for your here. If you have and many of you, in spite of so many reminders, in spite of publishing names of the students, those who are not willing to submit, you are not ready to submit. Many of you, So we'll see what is true. This is like bad way. If you are piling up the work, you will have too much burden. So highlight and only one day better, that is Tuesday. Work is pending. Whatever work we'll do during this week, all the work is submitted on one day, that is Tuesday. I hope you understood. Pradyum, Ram has told, I am telling you, like Pradyum is submitting, 7th A, history, and please it may try to complete all previous work, otherwise you will be overburdened. Right? So now here the chapter. So okay, so let us. हेलो आयुषी आयुषी मुझे बताओ ये स्क्रीन स्मॉल हो गया ना छोटा से वो मैक्सिमाइज कैसे करूं वो मिनिमाइज हो गया है नहीं एक तो खाली माइनस मेरे जूम स्क्रीन पे एक माइनस का आ रहा है और एक स्क्वायर आ रहा है और एक डबल लाइन और स्मॉल हो गया हाँ ये कुछ हो नहीं रहा जस्ट कनेक्टिविटी का इशू हो नहीं रहा कोई रिएक्शन नहीं हो रहा और वो छोटा ही होगा कनेक्टिविटी का बहुत प्रॉब्लम हाँ एक 3 आ रहे हैं ना ऑप्शन माइनस और एक स्क्वायर और एक दो हाँ स्क्वायर पे तो करिए वो कुछ रिएक्शन ही नहीं हो रहा वो ऊपर से करूँ वहां पर भी आ रहे हैं ऑप्शन योर कुछ हो नहीं रहा शेयर स्क्रीन करो स्टॉप वीडियो तुम ऐसा करो फिर से कर लूं मैं ज्वाइन क्या करूं ये हो नहीं रहा स्क्रीन पर अभी आयुषी एग्जिट भी कहाँ से करूँ बिकॉज एड मीटिंग तो आ नहीं रहा कुछ भी लिखा हुआ तो फिर पूरा बंद करूँ फिर खोलूँ क्या करूँ और नहीं ये शो हाँ इट्स ओके कोई दिखा नहीं रहा वो भी नहीं दिखा हाँ आयुषी एक बात तो सुनो वो मेरे स्क्रीन पर ना वो दिखा नहीं रहा है